Hey guys, my name is Simpzy. How are you all doing? Welcome back to some more Medieval Kingdoms Total War 1212 AD campaign. We're back on our Kingdom of Milan series. This is episode 2. In today's episode, we're going to be declaring war upon the Republic of Genoa, hopefully taking the city of Genoa itself here today, destroying 4 of their full stacks, and taking the island of Corsica. So, if you like the sound of that, feel free to leave the video a like, subscribe if you're new around here with notifications on, let me know in the comments, feedback and suggestions for the series thus far, and where you'd like me to expand and conquer. The Genoese have trespassed into Milanese territory. A bit of a tongue twister to start things off. Yes, so that is our proclamation to... I can't speak properly. I've just fluffed that entire... I had a really bunch of cool sounding words that I tried to pronounce, and I just can't do it, so I'm just going to go with the flow, whatever. Anyway, we're going to declare war upon Genoa. Sweet, cool. In the last episode, we declared war upon the HRE. Austria currently owns Frankfurt, Saxony is pushed into the north, and we have the Netherlands to secure those Kush stocks in Groningen up in the north. So we do have a piece of the Netherlands, which is cool. But yeah, we want to go down the path of taking the entirety of the peninsula. The Italian, that being. So, we currently have a defensive alliance with Denmark, military with Savoy, Wales, Bologna, Epirus, Sicily, Scotland, Austria, and Croatia. So we're going to declare war upon Genoa here today. They do have defensive pacts with a lot of my allies, so that's going to change things up. But the main reason why we're going after Milan first is we need to secure a port in the Mediterranean. Then we can trade our goods throughout the known world. Although my trustworthiness is unreliable and my imperium is insignificant, hopefully we can change that. But for now, we don't have access to the European economy, and there are a lot of factions that we could trade with that we can't. Cannot trade. A sea route from the capital cannot be established. Even though we've got the port here in the north, it's not connected to the capital, which is a shame. Okay, family tree-wise, we have a new king of Milan as well. Alberto died 61 years of age, along with his wife. We have a new king, King Andreetto, who is married to Isabella of Scotland. They have 5 children. A 16-year-old daughter, Stefana, we can hopefully marry her off. Silvestro is 13. Francisco, and we've got Urbano. His brother Gaspar is married to a princess from Austria. And Lodovico is, I would say, probably the undisputed king of Austria, because there mustn't be many more left, because the Austrian king died. It went into a regency. It should have been Queen Margaret as the Queen of Austria, but Lodovico is the rightful king of Austria, which is quite cool. And they have 2 other children as well. The king's third son, Otton, is married off, and there's 2 other half siblings from Hungary. So Odrico is half Hungarian, while his half brothers are like full Milanese, full Italiano. So the family tree is secure for now. There's a lot of cool claims we could pursue if we want to. Okay, so the men of Genoa have pushed into our territory, and we can take out 2 full stacks quite quickly. So we have Andreotto, my bad, with 20 units here. We've got 3 full stacks in operation with my brothers. So I think it's time to push upon Genoa. So let's move Gaspar further south, and we'll allow the king to take the initiative. I believe they declared war upon Verona and Toulouse recently, so that's why they're pushing that way. So let's cross our fingers and hope that people stand with us than them. Whoa! So this has massively changed our military alliances, because we've probably done this a little bit too much. Okay, Brandenburg, Wales, Burgundy, Scotland, Croatia, Brant refused to join. Austria, Sicily, Epirus, Bologna, Provence, Savoy stay. The Kingdom of Sicilia, okay, and Pisa stands with them. So the only immediate threat is that of Pisa further to the south. Now it's just calculating some things now. We're currently hemorrhaging a little bit of cash, but overall we should be able to take Corsica and Sardinia regardless. So there's still an army here that we have to deal with. So let's move everyone out, even though it's in a fortified position. So I just don't want it to flee because it's probably got movement. Can we somehow cut them off there? Can you somehow get around there? No, because they're just going to retreat, aren't they? Because that's what I'd do. Alright. Oh, there's another army here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe that was that army that fled. No. They have a lot of forces in operation. Okay, let's hit this. What's going to happen? They're going to retreat. And they've pushed over the river here. Do I have a big enough garrison to defend? I think so. So we'll pull you back here. And we'll... Can you give chase? They can. But... Oh, they only can just get in range there. So we'll smash this earlier army here, 17 units, and we'll probably auto-resolve it just because of the over-resounding numbers. As you can see, there's nearly 10,000, and there is 10,000 Milanese and Verona forces descend upon one stack of Genoa. It's only 17 units as well. So we'll auto-resolve this one straight up because we will be having more battles against Genoa here today. Because there's just so many of them. Losing 220, we killed 2.5k of theirs. Excellent. Let's take on the recruits, and we can hold our position here quite well in defense. I could move you back, however. What's like the range of these guys? So that can strike into that territory, we can call them in. That can't get there, but that can push there. I'm worried is if they actually push and strike Milan itself. Because it's currently a 3v1 here, and it's... How big's my garrison in Milan? Because they probably could hit my brother here who's trying to get forces. We might be better off to move you back. I'm going to do that, and then we'll keep you... We could actually force march. How can we force march out by much? No, not really. So we're just going to have to hope and protect that Verona comes out and helps us and doesn't kill the new king of Milan. What I could do actually is call an attack on my enemy. Yeah, probably just try and hit Genoa. Send forces down here. Austria or Sicily. That'd be fantastic. So, let's end the turn and see how things shape up. How are Genoa going to react with this war? But you already can see Bran McBourne's Medieval Kingdoms 1212 AD submod in full effect here. A country like Genoa usually only houses, what, 1, 2 stacks in the base game. They are spamming out units and trying to proactively conquer, which is really quite cool to see. So I'll put in the description below the submods I am using, just to add a little bit of spice and flavour to the campaign, because variety is the spice of life. Okay, so it looks like this army here has fled back, so we might be able to do a united push into Genoa if they stand and fight. But you never know, they could very much retreat to Corsica and make their final stand there, which I'm look, I don't mind the Italian islands. Andrea died. Napoleon loved them. So I'm sure we can find some beauty in it. Let's move to the border here now with my military forces. As we've declared war. What? Oh, they're pissed off. Can I get spies or anything? Because I need some intelligence. No, we haven't got any buildings. Because then we're pulling a lot of forces in here. Yeah, so I don't know what's happened there. Well, I think we should... Yeah, you're still going to be able to make it this way as well. Where are Genoa's armies? They've like fled back. Oh, that's a shame. However, it looks like the Kingdom of Sicily, and I'm assuming their king's still Federico. Yes, Federico sends aid to Pisa. Okay, so we're going to start now a siege of Genoa. Oh, if I clicked it before, I would have made it all the way there. Yeah, I guess they fled. That's so weird. Oh, well. will allow Gaspar, my brother, with the second strongest army, to siege out Genoa. So they've made the decision to run and flee. Okay. We'll try and rally up where we can. Move everyone into operation. Okay. Yeah, but you know, they might come back. It's still only a 50-50, so it's going to be a hell of a siege. We're definitely going to need that siege equipment within 2 turns. So, you know, but they might come back. Milan is relatively protected for now because we've got a full stack on the way. We still have 10,000 in the bank. And what's going on in the north here? Oh, it's slowly expanding, which is good. What can we go through here? Probably sanitation. It's not too bad up in the north. Unfortunately, Groningen doesn't have any natural resources which we can try and gain, but that's alright. We can also stop the recruitment of some of these as well, because there's probably like 10,000 cached away in our treasury. Okay, out of curiosity, does anyone want peace? Kingdom of Sicilia? You're so far away. What about Pisa? Oh, they have North Africa. No, they don't. They might do. No, that was like because the Husfids are like a yellowish color. I thought they might have North African territory. Pisa. Okay, let's burn another end turn. Ah, good. At least we can get some slight economical bonuses in Groningen. Okay. So it looks like only one full stack of Genoa is going to stand and fight. So be it. Yeah, I guess they fled everyone back to... Yeah, I reckon they fled everything back to Corsica. Alright. Sweden ended their military access with us. Okay. Austria has moved forces into Genoa, so that should make that fight slightly easier. So far in this campaign, we've been using the Austrian military forces so much. Just making them do most of the work and... heavy lifting, but it looks like that early political marriage we secured with them is working wonders for us. Yeah, they're absolutely flat. I don't know why they calculated that. If they consolidated their position and held, they would have given us a hell of a fight, I think. But maybe they quivered in the potential loss. Okay. Yeah, so... a lot of forces have pulled back here, which is really interesting. I was really hoping the AI would stand and fight, but it looks like they're just fleeing. They have intercepted the Sicilian fleet, but we don't have visibility. They could have potentially won. So it looks like we're going to be able to take Genoa. Can that Austrian army come in? That's what I want to see. Yeah, they can. Oh, no. If I move you... where is it? Here? That should bring the Austrians in theory, I think. Because that'll make a daisy chain. No, maybe it's at max. Maybe it didn't work. No matter. We have 80,000 now. Okay, so there's nothing massively inside. We might actually have a better fight down towards Pisa. So we'll take Genoa here. Now, I wanted to have a fight, but it looks like a battle might be a little bit hard to come by in this episode. Only losing 443 there. Let's occupy the city straight up. And let's see what we're working with in Genoa. Shipyard, that could be changed. So maybe break that down. That doesn't need to be tier 3, so that can be broken down. We don't need a second lot of fields. And fairgrounds... public order, minus upgrade for mercenaries, wealth from... No, we can break this down, because we want to get a stonemason. We're going to put a religious building here so we can trade wine. And yeah, so we'll leave it at that. Okay, so... oh, taking Genoa has given us visual there. Yeah, so it looks like there's been a massive naval war trying to stop the Kingdom of Sicily trying to navally invade. Now, if I sort by happiness, we should be able to get some trade rights now. Oh, maybe not because they don't like us, so it might take quite some time to get those trade rights signed through. Yeah, which is unfortunate because my relations are currently unreliable. So, but once that's done, we're going to be able to open up a lot of trade nodes, as you can see there, which will give us a stable economy. Okay, we'll hold in Genoa, and I guess we'll push for Pisa. We're one turn off winter, so we'll push to the border here. We are going to need to convalesce, probably now. Okay, how big's the garrison at Pisa? Is there a clear path? No, it's actually quite a little bit cliffy pushing in there. Okay, so we'll keep our best stack inside. We'll sit you here as well. And you're currently going to be done in 5 turns. How's the Netherlands up in the north? It's fine. Public order, military as well. We'll sit there. Okay, Schwed. Let's assign a provincial governor. We can. Let's do that in Genoa then. We're nearly running out of money. So I don't know if I can. We might be able to bring one in Groningen and just stop a unit recruiting. So let's go with cunning attacker. None of these guys are really good. I guess leader authority. No, let's go with you. Which one? Who's the youngest? No, you're 23. Let's go with that. Okay, so we'll sign some of these provincial governors in. Wealth and growth. Wealth and growth, probably, because we're not actually recruiting there. Yeah, let's go with wealth and growth. Let's stop a couple of these guys coming in, just to get our economy back in the green. Oh, and my Imperium's gone up, so we can house 10 armies now, which is really good. So, how are Pisa and Genoa going to react? So they assessed the Sicilian army to be more of a threat, I guess. Yeah, they're starting to rally up a bit here now. I guess we're going to have to push for Pisa. I don't know what Sweden keeps on doing. You will not have military access, yes? I don't know why Sweden sounds like they're from Kazakhstan, but once we've taken the Italian core territory of Genoa and Pisa, I don't have too much of an ambition to take Sardinia and Corsica just yet, because it's not a part of the Kingdom of Italy. I believe. Yeah, so what's this map again? Show me the map again. Yeah, no, it's not actually a part of it. It's only really this. Okay. Alright. So, we shall push for Pisa now. Oh, forget that we're fighting so far below the Alps now. We can actually fight in winter. Yeah, without too much of an issue. So, yeah, so they've stacked their armies, but they've been depleted. They're pushing south, which is a really interesting strategy they're implementing. Okay. We could get attacked, though. That's good, so we might just leave that there. Okay, let's build that religious building if we can. We'll continue to break down this because we really don't need it. And you can sit in the north there as well. Okay, let's end the turn and continue once more. One of my generals has gone up in stats, and we can assign... Oh, God, our governors just keep on getting whacked. Is there a family member we could bring in? No. Not particularly. Oh, I'm just spending so much on these goddamn governors. Oh, that was it. They were doing religious military recruitment, weren't they? Maybe just go with wealth now, because we've spammed out a lot of our own stuff. Family tree-wise, we're doing okay. So can we bring any of these guys further into the political sphere of influence? A couple. So Stefania can get married off. Silvestro's come of age. Unfortunately, you've passed away, so we can marry her off. Lazaro, Oton, has a child as well. So is every one of my family members operating in an army? The king... Gaspar, Oton. Is there anyone here who's a statesman who isn't commanding? Silvestro is 16, so he can take that army eventually. But Odrico can command this army instead of Pag... Oh, why can't I do that? Finances, maybe? Anyway, let's end the turn and continue once more. So, depending on if Genoa and Pisa pull back to Genoa and push, it looks likely the battle of today's episode is going to be the siege of Pisa. They are moving troops further south. They do have a spy near Milan. But what a weird way. We only were able to destroy 1, 2-ish stacks before they fled. Yeah, they must be more concerned about like amphibious attacks, or maybe just like the Kingdom of Sicily were already in the channel and they could pierce and focus them more so. I don't know. I don't know why they did that. An unorthodox and weird strategy, which honestly I don't see much merit in. Okay, welcome to the top of the turn. Let's continue to break that down. We've got that church in, and let's build probably the stone cutter. Then we'll go with... Actually, no, let's play it safe. Let's go with a sanitation buff, because we've already got a minor buff there. We don't want a plague to break out. Okay, so already sort of looking. Epirus have sent an army, and they're still battling it out here. Okay. So I could stop the recruitment here and just move that down to protect Genoa so I can get another army in. Because it was a little bit close numerically. Yeah, I couldn't do that. Anyway, let's move. Because the main army needs to sit in there. There's nothing wrong with this one. It's just got slightly more cavalry. Yeah, we definitely need military soldiers. So let's move you to Genoa. I want to get you as close to the army without using all its movement points, because we don't want to get attacked from the coast, unsurprisingly. Okay, and then everything's looking okay here. Further in the north, everything seems to be quite tame. Alrighty, let's push for Pisa now then. All my siege equipment is built. Let's chuck a quick save and a hard save. Okay, numbers, we have 5,332 against 2,400 of theirs. Their army is mostly made up of Pisa spearmen and crossbowmen. The King's army, mostly made up of Milanese spears, Crusader and Templar Hospitaller swords, Milanese swordsmen, archers, and then some better quality cavalry as well. The second army is more ethnically Milanese than the first. So, even though we declared war upon Genoa here today, Pisa are going to have the battle. The Battle of Pisa, 1236 AD. Once again, just want to give a shout out to my social media links, Discord, Steam group and Patreon, all in the description below. If you want to come and join the community and support the channel, all the links are in the description below. Let me know in the comments as well feedback and suggestions for the series where you'd like me to expand and conquer. I think focusing on the peninsula now is our best bet. We could try and peace out with them in Sardinia and Corsica so I can focus on the mainland itself. But whichever direction we go is up to you guys. Can't go after Rome, of course, which is good. But, yeah. If you want to see more Total War 1212 AD on the channel, support every single possible episode, and I'll do more. If not, we'll move on to something else. Got some more Hoi 4 coming up on the channel. But, if I've Let's Played the strategy game on the channel before, there's a chance it could come up again. So, let me know. Okay guys, welcome to the battlefield. It's another like sort of foggy sunset day. We'll re-roll the dice. Oh god. Like visually, aesthetically pleasing for the campaign. The battles have looked absolutely shit. So it looks like they've got some ancient Roman walls defending. And I didn't know there was a Colosseum in Pisa, but whatever. Okay, so there's arrow towers on this far side. And there's broken ones on this. So the majority of the assault is going to come from this way. Fortunately enough, my reinforcements are coming from there. So Archers, we'll move you into a position. Loose formation, as always. Let's allow... Oh, they've already sort of done that, so... I want to be a little bit more specific with my siege equipment. So we'll get everyone to drop it. Okay, so I want the better quality armored heavier crusader units to take that. And we'll start off with them taking this sort of stuff. So we'll break things up into a couple of squadrons to push. You can push there easy. Along with you. And we'll push for that. The next main force can come up there. Okay. But focus the ladders alternatively that way, I think, is the play. Alright, spears. There's going to be reinforcements on that far side, so the spears can come this way. And then that can move up there just in case that needs to be pulled. Cavalry. If we could somehow get them in, that'd be ideal, but we'll just have to see how we go. Alright, let's move you here. Alright, let's start the battle. Give out the orders. So they do have a unit of catapults there, which we probably want to try and subdue quickly. Alright, just try and push, get up to the walls as quickly as possible. Archers will move you up into position as well to try and deal some casualties. But a wet, weary night in Pisa is where we're going to have to force our siege. We've divided our army up into the weaker points, and we're fighting with our new king. Cavalry here as well. Unfortunately, the Italian conquest for Umberto, our former king, wasn't to last. Okay, archers, move you there from the second army. And I guess what I'll do is just get my cavalry to sit here as well, while the reinforcements try and naturally move up. Okay, so Pisa are consolidating a lot of their forces on this side, which has no arrow towers, which is understandable. Crossbows and catapults raining fire and death upon me. Lucky I brought in that second army, but it looks like the sun has come out for the fight. I guess it's like the morning now for the siege. So my ladders are slowly but surely now making their way up, and our Milanese sword units are taking some fire from the enemy city. Luckily for me, that arrow fire isn't going to affect us too much. Our archers are on fire at will, trying to reduce the hit points of the men inside. Okay, let's try and target some of these, particularly units that are redeploying. My additional cavalry's come in. If we can somehow get them in the city, that would be ideal. Yes, there's no way around the back. So even with the ancient Roman walls present, they have brought in wooden palisades to defend it. If I could somehow get a unit around there. Oh, didn't I gave you the order to go? Why aren't you moving up, fool? Yeah, this one is moving now, though. Okay, so my swordsmen aren't quite here just yet. Whoa, these guys that pushed are getting absolutely smashed there. Okay, so let's move these guys up to help out where you can. Our second lot of soldiers really need to get like here. Okay, those archers still haven't come in just yet. Okay, now that you're actually within the city itself, target units where you can and push for them. You push for this. You push for that. Okay, they're now going. Get that where you can. Yeah, they're starting to break these mediums. They're not doing too well in the siege. Okay. You're still pushing this way. Yeah, I'm tempted to move you around here to open up another way. But I reckon you just get absolutely melted on that far side. Alright, try and push in and help where you can. We just need to start flooding troops in. Because trickling in one by one is really not going to serve us in the long term. So you can push for that. You push for that. While you guys push further that way. Now, if the pathfinding works out well, we should be able to move everyone in. Okay, these additional archers can hold and push here. We've managed to break a couple of those earlier units there, which is fantastic. And if we can get all the more of these guys in, the better. Because then we can start pushing. Oh, unfortunately that's gone ablaze, which I don't really understand how that thing can burn in the piss pouring rain. But whatever. Alright, push and be pragmatic and give chase where you can. We still haven't busted down the gate there. So we've got initial crusaders ready to push where they can. We've got some brave Milanese that have already made their way into the city and are fighting the Milanese. Well, the Milanese are fighting Pisa, that is. The gates look like they've been opened as well. Push everyone in then. I'm tempted to storm cavalry through. Yeah, I'm going to do it. Alright. Men, it's time to sound the charge, as there are no spearmen holding there. Push! For victory, for glory, or defeat. Although, destroying that earlier tower, losing... Yeah, move here and protect. Yeah, because you can get there, you'll be able to protect really well. Looked a little bit hairy and daring. We're doing alright now. Okay. Move you further up here. Alright. Archers. Try and hit some units where you can. Second squadron, you might be able to hit that. My cavalry has seen an opportunity now to break in. Excellent. Templars, Hospitallers, massively charging through the breach, and as such it's killing my frames. So let's try and strike these fools that are sitting flat-footed here. Good. We're just like trying to swarm them as much as we can. Get everyone in. And we've won there as well. So what's further back here? Nothing too crazy. Well, let's get my archers to focus on this. So, get my cavalry to focus on their archers there. We're hitting them from behind here. Good, we're starting to pierce them really well. But it doesn't help with just the amount of, like, physics loading. Oh god, I don't know why they're going there. Just due to the rain, it doesn't help. Okay, how far has that gateway got? 76% before that gets broken down. Okay, redeploy my archers here to hold. There must be some units that haven't pushed. Good, so there's a hell of a lot of units here that just should really reallocate there. Alright, so there's a little bit of tricky fighting towards the main gate. We have dismounted Hospitallers fighting hand in hand with their Milanese overlords, and the Republic of Pisa is holding out. They haven't seen this much blood in the ancient city until Björn Ironside sacked it, thinking it was the city of Rome. Alright, so we're still holding there. And they're doing fine there. There's a spear unit there, so you can go down here. We need to get this point under control. Alrighty, so how are we looking numbers-wise? 400. We've killed about 1,000 of them. It's not too bad. Okay, sweet. Now this can come in, and these cavalry can come in as well. But as you can see, the initial sort of soldiers have massively been put through the ringer. Yeah, so this is just a default garrison that we're facing. So if they stayed with a couple of stacks in Genoa, I think it would have been a hell of a fight. But kind of respect it that they pieced out. Laters. Alright, push for the town square. We need guys getting in here now. My cavalry should be hauling it. I don't know why they're not, to be honest. There they are. Okay. We need some units going for the town square now. You're doing well here. Yeah, so basically, can you get you guys to the town square? You can actually naturally push there a bit quicker. Because what I'll do now is actually cycle charge into the back of this. I think that's the play. My cavalry is doing well against those crossbows. And the spearmen that still seem to be holding here against the Genoans holding against the Milanese. We should be able to break it up with our cavalry coming in. There was a good initial charge there. There was one crazy motherfucker. And Pisa's probably going to capitulate now. The Italian mountains in the background. Glorious is the word that comes to mind. The fog is subsiding. Oh, they haven't retreated just yet. That's alright. That's now under our control. And these swordsmen are coming up against... what exactly? Heavy spear Pisa units. Okay. I wonder how long they'll last. Okay. Let's give out some more attack orders. Because these guys seem to be holding. Okay, let's move out the cavalry. Then that initial charge was good. There's not really too much you can do about it now. Okay, it looks like our swords are hitting the men of Pisa. Heavy spears. The banner within the Colosseum of Pisa is coming down. Bit of a hard-flung fight. Who is that guy with a wig? Is that a wig? Oh, it might have been a woman fighting there. I don't even know what that was. Some crazy guy wearing like an 18th century lawyer's wig. That's what I thought he was doing. That's really cool. Oh, and it looks like we've got some exhausted but keen Templum Knights pushing in here to help. The Templars are coming. And they should be able to get rid of the General's bodyguard here. Still holding out. Okay, so we're getting to the point now where the town square is nearly ours. And we're going to be able to initiate the countdown. Probably just reallocate my cavalry away because they're just soaking up archer damage there. Hey, we won. Decisive victory. I'll take that. So how many did we lose? 514. That's not too bad. They deployed 2,400 and lost the entire force, of course. We had to make the Templar Knights and Hospitallers go through the ringer. They did take a little bit more casualties. To be fair, we never allowed them during that harsh winter to fully replenish, so that was still an underlying factor to take into account. 184, 100. Yeah, that's not too bad for some of the Milanese. My archers should have done a lot better. Cavalry as well. This army didn't do too bad. Looking at theirs, their heavier to medium spears did better. Their crossbows did well as well, 56-48. But the majority of our casualties came from the arrow towers, relentlessly firing death upon us. Okay, guys, welcome to the campaign map. We've managed to take the city of Pisa here today. Alright, we didn't lose any full army, which is good, and we'll occupy the ancient historical city. Okay, so, whoa, there's a lot of buildings in there. Okay, that's good for defense. What is this? A city fort? Is that what was providing that larger than normal garrison? That's cool. We got access to wine now as well, so we're going to be able to ship that off. And there's a Catholic basilica there. That costs a lot, but we do get priests. Do the earlier tier buildings get priests? They do, but I guess we get more slightly. Let's break that down where we can. Okay, can we peace out from any of these wars? That's what I want to know. No. Have we beaten them into submission enough? Genoa and Pisa? No. And no. So, only time will tell to see how they react further in the south. We'll consolidate and hold our territory where we can. We're currently hemorrhaging a bit of cash. We will continue. We've actually nearly found a kingdom. Yeah, 4 regions. They're about to become the kingdom of Milan very shortly. Well, we've effectively become the kingdom of Milan because we've hit 4 territories. Founded empires 18. And we are still working towards our objective of becoming the Kingdom of Italy. Turin, Verona, Bologna, and then Sicily further in the south. Thanks for watching today's episode. Stay tuned for more on the channel. Unfortunately, guys, it is time to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Let me know in the comment section down below your feedback for the series, and if you would like to see more, that's the best way to ensure more content. Leave a dislike if you're not enjoying the series. Check out my social media links if you want to stay connected with me. Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, all in the description below. Patreon and merchandise link in the description below, along with the Steam group. Come and join the community on Steam. And on that note, unfortunately, I have to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching once again. Make sure to take care of yourselves. Go out and have a fantastic rest of your day. My name has been Simpzy. Goodbye.